Parents have until midnight to accept school placement offers or risk forfeiting them. The department extended the deadline by 1 day following last week's public holiday. There are over 80,000 offers to parents which are yet to be accepted or rejected. Gauteng's Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi joins us now. Good evening, MEC. Thank you very much for your time. Just for absolute clarity, the deadline is at midnight, not the end of business.
No, it's midnight.
Yes. Now, unpack us for us then, MEC, the meaning of the deadline. What is a parent accepted to do or to have done by midnight?
The process is simple. What happened is that from the 3rd of August, we gave parents an option to say, we have applied for admission at schools XYZ. We believe you qualify for X. Are we right? Are we correct as a department? So if we say we are correct, you accept X, and then you release Y and Z back to us. And then we will take Y and Z and give it to parents that are still on the waiting queue, 90,000 of them to be precise. So tonight, it's a deadline for those that we have given them offers, but there are 90,000 parents that have not received an SMS. When they go to the system, it says pending until the district places you. So as of tonight, we'll get these additional spaces that are available, and then we'll then give it to those that their system will say pending. They will start to see offers trickling in, and we really believe it can take us until the end of October, where we'll place everyone, and after October, we'll determine whether we can open for late registration or not.
Oh, hang on a minute. Does that mean that everybody, every parent that applied, it's not every parent that got a response? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's not every parent.
So only some parents have received responses so far, but those who haven't received responses
from tomorrow
shouldn't be worried.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be worried.
Because from tomorrow morning,
we're now receiving those that have accepted offers and declined some of our offers. Then that basket of new offers, we're giving it to those that have never received SMSs before. Normally when they log on our system, it will say pending until the district can place you. So the district then will start to make those particular placement. And as we said, everyone that applied will be placed. The only difference is that you might not be placed at the school of your choice.
Okay. So those who haven't received responses yet shouldn't think, not only panic, but that shouldn't think that the system, there are problems with the system.
Yeah. And thanks for that, because majority of parents that didn't receive SMSs thought that the midnight deadline, it also affects them. It doesn't affect them. The midnight deadline affects those that we have given them offers. Those ones, if they don't accept, 1 minute past midnight, those offers are back to us now. We'll then allocate to those that are on the waiting list, and then we'll then place them.
What do you say to the parent who says, but who did you prioritize?
Well, I prioritize people on the basis of 5 key components that influences our placement. One is curriculum. We can't take you to an agricultural school if you are doing accounting. 2 is distance. Are you residing next to the school? And this is the last year that we're having this distance thing, because we have just published regulations that will do away with distance, because you know our country special planning is based on race, so we need to eliminate that. This is the last year that we're utilizing it. So we'll check distance. 3, we'll check siblings. To a child that or a fellow child that is in that particular school, and then we'll be in a position to do. 3rd, obviously, is the infrastructure of the school. How many people can the school accommodate, so that we can determine whether indeed this particular school can accommodate you. And the last one, will it contribute to transformation and all other related matters, because we want our schools to accommodate everyone. So we'll also look at those particular things. So those are the 5 criteria that we have. But people will say, MEC, I stayed 3 kilometers away from the school, but I was not accepted. The reality is that there is someone that stays 100 meters away from the school, or in that particular area, there are many people that say 3 kilometers away from the school. So we'll prioritize that. But the most important element is that your last 6 numbers of your waiting list, they determine exactly the time you have applied and the date that you have applied. So we know who has applied earlier, and then we will then utilize that as well where there are dispute to place parents appropriately.
But isn't there this system, the way you've just explained it, MEC, inherently discriminatory or even prejudicial, in the sense that you haven't taken the entire population?
No, it's not. Actually,
into account,
it's transparent. It has a high level of accountability. With paper application, the problem with paper application is that when you lodge your application, someone can look at you and say, Voyo, you can't afford school fees, and throw your paper in the bin. You won't know. They won't come back to you. They will not tell you that. And when you call, they just say the school is full. You don't have a recourse for application, for appeal. Secondly, the school will say, before we give you a form, give us 7,500, non-refundable. And parents that don't have money, they can't register. Other people, while we are still entering the gate of the school, they just say, sorry, the school is full. And you don't know whether indeed the school is full. With this system, it's transparent. We've removed the human element. Anyone that applied on time, it's a virtual queue. Everyone is queuing virtually. So we are placing them according to those 5 criteria that I've just explained, so that everyone is given an opportunity and no one is disadvantaged on the basis that they come from a certain area, or they are black, or they can't speak, or they can't afford, or they're discriminated because the language they're speaking is not the language the school feels that they need to accommodate people that are speaking that language.
For a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to take off your hat of Gauteng MEC for Education. There's been talk that the system is almost ready to be rolled out to other provinces. As an activist and as someone who is aware with what is happening in education better than many people, do you think that we are ready to even begin to talk that language?
More than ready.
How so?
We need to modernize the education system. The reality is that when Voyo comes from the Eastern Cape, wants to come to Gauteng, should I go to a school and use stairs, go on top of the building to check your report card of 2,000? With the system, I can just punch it there. I know Voyo is coming from this particular school. This is Voyo's performance. This is how we need to strengthen Voyo so that Voyo can be in a position to succeed in this particular environment.
Because another reality is internet penetration. Another reality is that we have huge and vast rural provinces.
The assumption is that our people are not connected is defeated by exactly this online registration. All communities have gone in, they've connected purely because we've also made public institutions like libraries available for people to go there and connect. We can't postpone the future of our children because someone needs to be connected before. Our children need to move with times. We need to embrace modernization, but most importantly, we need to take lots and lots of paperwork within the administration out and ensure that teachers focus on one thing only, teaching. If teachers need to mark you present and mark a paper, that's taking time. The teachers must spend time teaching, not chasing paper to say who need to be admitted, who need not to be admitted. That is an administrative part that administrators must attend to. And we're quite thrilled and excited that this system is free of charge. There are no consultants here. We didn't pay millions of rands for it. It was developed in-house. So we can put it on a disk and give it to any province that wants it, and they can roll out immediately.
Panyaza Lesufi, thanks very much for your time. He is, of course, the Gauteng Education MEC, speaking to us today with within hours to go before the midnight deadline for parents to accept school placement offers.